Tatri Delangaraso, Pokoma was a zone, and Della Pedeca, Samalola took the chairs, Sikiai, Namji in a Sunday take the Kiaki, Sojigori, Inaya, Terente, Nando Della Yam, Mulo to children, another Kota, Yachu, Lord and Law Mamba, Tata Party, Pig Nava ne, Tandesala, Tanda Mutane, and then Jambo, Java Tamche Chambala, and the Mani Kayo, Konzo Napo Soya, Taki Tagayore, Tanya Dea, Jana, Margo Yonge, and then Chiktabjuki on it, Tata de Chigayore. Tender Sonta, Tea, not the Chigayores, and the Tigas Lavka Maimba, Traji Junam Mane, and the Traji Yamka Batake, Tase Chine. How could they Java? Tango, Robert Red Singer Magic, YouTube, Kazante, and then Sendani Vetari, Sabia, also the big Nala, and it's Sendal Sunday, Session to South Nigala, Kundu, Java, Kugu Jet, Kema Javake, Nieto, and then Chetuch in a Kondoke, what did YouTube in Abdogare, and T. Rala. And Nimati Ninga Chenda Nibe Ketari subject Ningala and Tanda Yun Sam Sege Yamicheke and the Tudor can come to Gote and the Chenda Gebetari Jake Ningala, two Tudor can Nolola and the Process of Kini Setup Sihava. Tada second you can become in your take over the Pinolo Yore. First time to Marse, who can be good to the Yiga Party or Sena. And Toronto, Luchova Soge, and Yancy God is in it. And the Chaka said they are Toronto, Jacko said there's not the Redas in it. Okay. Or the lesson you get in a town over. And the king with Jalola, Kalikata, Jamubi, Junta, Polo, Chiguyova. To the summer, younger Chigava, to the junior pound, but to make a net on shot, the Dutala. Sunday Park Jetu Children, something like Jata Photo Children, coming to Sarisana, Jamu Margo Junke, Tanda Professor Napo Soya, the Chase of the Tam Tower today. Then also get sit out, Chogo on the gate to the Neta Six Days, what they take care in, and it is Jetala. And then also the Tanda Lengu get pair from Mobile there to do Mabo to Chore, and then also Julie Mone, Sister the Jungle Java, the most of the two Deduzana. Tension Chile, Yeta Yondasi, Negative Gudala, Tusu Tana Patu Yansini, Yena Yang Marasune, Pinchik Sendumi Devada, Pendeke, Nedan to Mari. Toto Tendrin Chigoyati, Mughal Hagatan, Julia, Neta Sharmandu, Pendason, Tanda Padu, Nazo, Gayan, the Chokatimani Sovic, Jurunda, Tijila Tane, Tanda Padu Nazo, Rindu Matu. Nega do the lesson Charlie. Tena Tanda Tamago Terin, Melbourne Tibetan, they are not the data never take. Or the white donor gave us a more good in the truth the rest of your Tenagi, Mother Kamata, dead enough. German going to Tarsiga made something like a half of me of Sonsa. Tendasonsa Nazoke, Jambarato, get said the Terin, Pongoya, Jumsen, Tendasonsa, German Margo Joke, Namja Jundene. Talk is out of the Burger Sanetaya, Papa to Gunda, eating over Chola, Jimmy Jones, Junde, Paras of the Legateri. Tena Chisonge, Tadake, Sango Batusoge. Go soon as so much on Dondo chasing. San you pay at the Zeta Panchata, and Hako Mando. Zabanagala, Paneta, gone with the Kopata, Marin Dayanda, Timomo Shui, Amy. Jenny, you might have spoken some money to Kumba Shivaredo. Tedasonda, Sango Vanabeke, Yesu Kinju Majiva, Parchetu Shiva, the Jada Pola Singoya, Vincent Karime, Hako Mason, Tedasonda, Sango Vasoke, Kandani, Nimakarina, so much again, Samjo Sirosane, Bokan Nene the Fiayi.
We invite Mr. Frank Ruan, the President of Chinese Democratic Party and Chief Editor of Tiananmen Times, to address the gathering.
Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, my Tibetan sisters and brothers. I'm from China. I'm Chinese. But today I'm here. I support His Holiness Dalai Lama, my good friend. I met him a few times and talked with him in person a few times. He is a very good man. The Tibetan people, and they like the Tibetan culture too. Don't believe anything you see on the internet from the mainland of China, because only the Chinese or the Communist Party only allow the people who speak for the Communist Party to go on the internet. All the people, 90% of Chinese people in mainland of China, they cannot speak out. And these people, most of them, they respect
the Indian boy who met His Holiness 3 times, and His Holiness has given affection, love, compassion, everything to that boy. And then the media has, the Chinese propaganda people have crop or clip the small video and circulate in the media, or circulate in YouTube, and then tweet. Later it's been tweet, and that's how the media, the Western media, without doing any research, investigation, looking at the narrative of Tibetan people, and without understanding the Tibetan culture, they simply, publish those clipped video and went viral, and trying to tarnish His Holiness the Dalai Lama's image. Unfortunately, it's not going to happen. We know His Holiness the Dalai Lama. Tibetan people know His Holiness the Dalai Lama. Majority of the intellectual people know who is His Holiness the Dalai Lama and his contribution towards this world. His Holiness the Dalai Lama is the global icon of peace, and His Holiness the Dalai Lama has contributed human values, and his full commitment to the world, is human values that today very much lacking in today's world. The love, compassion, tolerance, and that's why we are seeing the wars in Ukraine, now in Sudan, and many parts of the world. These are, the modern people are lacking love, compassion, affection, and brothers and sisters hood. And also His Holiness has committed to religious harmony. In the name of religion, there was a war happening in the world, and His Holiness has been committed for those, and also the Tibetan issue. And the truth will always remain truth, no matter how much they try, The truth will always prevail like a sunshine. The sun will always shine. When there is a bit of cloud comes across, but sun will always shine. Like His Holiness is like a sun in this world, that His Holiness, the image and his light will always shine in this world. So on this context, also I would like to tell you about the Tibet issue as well. Probably you don't know, many of you don't know, when I ask you, the common people, where is Tibet? Many of you might not have heard about Tibet, because media don't tell about it, the Tibet issue. And there was a media before, and I asked them to stay back. I don't understand why the media is not interested in the Tibet issue. Tibet has a very rich history, and more than 2,000 written history. And Tibetan civilization is ruled by the kings and the spiritual leaders, and we never under Chinese occupation. Tibet's been a free country for centuries and centuries. Unfortunately, we trusted the Communist China, and Communist China was our neighboring country. And Tibet, the land size of the Tibet is 2.5 million square kilometer, which is 1/3 of current China belongs to Tibet. And so the communists, we trusted the Communist China, and they came into Tibet, entered into Tibet in the name of friendship. That's how the China is currently using the same blueprint, same strategy. The China entered into Tibet, and we trusted them, and eventually they tried to help the Tibetan people, and when they started building roads, and then they bought the tanks and guns and killed thousands and thousands of Tibetan. From 1959 to 1979, there's 1.2 million Tibetans been killed, and Tibetan have
fought back in 1959. The Tibetans from all walks of life have fought back against the Chinese illegal occupation of Tibet. The Tibetan also fought back in 1987 and 88 and 2008, and from 2009 onwards, the Tibetans have started burning themselves alive. Probably you don't know about, Tibetan inside Tibet are burning themselves alive. The 157 Tibetans have burned themselves alive. They are simply asking for the freedom in Tibet and return of His Holiness the Dalai Lama. But probably the media don't show any of this, what is happening inside Tibet. And do you know the stolen generation in Australia? The people are it's a very important and very big deal for the Aboriginal people. Likewise, it's currently happening that colonial boarding school happening inside Tibet. Over 1 million Tibetan children under colonial boarding school, and they were forced to separate from their parents, and they were taught Chinese language, Chinese culture, and they're brainwashed with the communist ideology, and they try to wipe out the Tibetan identity and culture. So this is currently happening inside Tibet. Did the media show you about all this? No. I don't understand why media is not interested in real and genuine news, but media is very much frenzy about the short video clip which trying to tarnish the image of His Holiness the Dalai Lama. So it's a shame on media, like doing such a unresearched work and not showing the narrative of the story of the Tibetan people. So in that way, the Tibetan people, we will never give up, and Tibet will be free, because we have a truth, and Tibet will be free for in the future. That's for sure. And will Tibetan people, even the little ones come here today, they will fight for our freedom. And we have Tibetan generation from elder and young ones and little ones. We are all here to tell the world that truth will always prevail. So, in that note, I will end my speech in English. So I'll just say a couple of words in Tibetan for my Tibetan people. 근데 또디 근데 넘버 좀 쉬어야 니다. 결무실라 강사 하시기 체매 쉬어래 상도받는데 체매 쉬는 개미기 지라로 받이 건조 캡에 땅을에 되게 다 코란주 눈주임 받이 림베 아니 코란주 셰베토네 다 공시 쉬어기 고두무도와 지상 덴바디 거두나 덴바닝기래 지상 딘낭신기 나란주 탑주디 거두나 덴바 내용도 거두나 덴베기 쇼라다 나란주 미망기 똑슈디 거두나 드린들라 결무실기 딜라 체매 쉬 송자 나란주 배발에 결무실기 다지 지랑바 먼저 낭바 아니 히말라야 루규 차상지 야랑도 다 미망기 똑슈디 할레베 첨부 힘받다 아니 덴발라 갑교징이 망부 요와다 디송자 먼저 거두나 슝고에 민두라 먼저 거두나 직냠루토네 내가 채워있나 누바딘데 둥구 두스 디지슌데 중소 아니 디낭신기 당 먼저 배낭로 배미소 야롱부지 거두나 제얘기 돼봐 슉청부 요래데 단다보도 겸는 견나기다 야롱부지 기 꾸발삼지 아니 샤 배낭로 샤주고 말해 드림 견나기 먼저라 직 많이 가요지 지네 아니 찌기압지 다직 배받는 구라 주보쇼구를 사회다 야롱부지기 아니 대발라 대로쇼 제얘기 된대기 견나기 찌기야요데 찌상만 찔러대버려 쉬어이 배낭기 겨울무지 제배갑라 겨울무지 다직 단다봐도 다 배바성 싸워니 제매어디 림지 제온도 배배기 가시기 초와대 용도 견나서 배 가족 전부기 초와대 용제 견나 가시 견나기 중 망미 가시기 배바 죄송 가시 주의기 된대 니주된대 고야도 와 지상 되게 먼저 그뒤나 템바디 템바니레스 디슈
Thank you. Let's go. I'm going to show you.
Thank you.